السلام عليكم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين. مدد يا رسول، مدد يا سادات أصحاب رسول، مدد يا شيخ لسنا ما شاء الله فاز داسنا شيخ محمد عادل نقشبندي مدد طريقتنا الصحبة والخير في الجميع. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله خالق كل شيء وهو على كل شيء وكيل. Adab tarikatın baş öğretisidir.
Adab, good manners, is the first teaching of the tariqah.
Tarikata giren adabı öğrenir.
Those who enter the tariqah must first learn and will first learn what it means to have adab, good manners.
Adab ilk başta kiminle olacak? Allah Azze ve Celle ile olur.
We need to learn good manners towards whom first? We need to learn good manners, adab first, towards Allah Almighty.
Allah Azze ve Celle her şeyi yaratan o.
He, Almighty Allah, is the one who created everything.
Her şeyin herkese hayat veren.
It is Him, Allah Almighty, who gave life to everything.
İnsanlara, cemaatlara, haşeratlara.
It is Him, Allah Almighty, who gave life to humans, to animals, to insects, to all creatures.
Bütün kainata onun kudretiyle yaratılmış.
Everything in creation has been created through the divine power of Allah Almighty.
Onundur hepsi.
And everyone belongs to Him, Almighty Allah.
El-mülkü lillah der. Mülk, Allah, malik olan Allah'tır Azze ve Celle.
The dominion of everything is to Allah Almighty. He, Almighty Allah, is the King of everyone and everything.
Onun için tarikatın edebi Allah Azze ve Celle ile.
Therefore, tariqah teaches us the adab, the good manners and behavior, to behave properly towards one's Lord, Allah Almighty.
Her olana Allah'tan bilmek.
And good manners and to have adab means to know that everything comes and happens through Allah Almighty.
Allah Azze ve Celle'den bilmek, ona itiraz etmemek.
Adab requires us to know and to have the awareness that everything happens through the will of Allah Almighty and to not object what He Almighty, Allah Almighty wants to happen.
İtiraz etmek şeytanın işidir.
It is shaitan's business to criticize, to object, to interfere.
Onun yolunda gidenler de itiraz eder.
And it is those who follow the way of shaitan who also object, criticize, who revolt.
Her şeye itiraz eder.
And they object against everything.
İyisine de kötüsüne de hiçbir şeyi beğenmez.
Whether something's good or bad, they criticize everything.
Her şeye itiraz eder.
And they object and protest and oppose everything.
Allah Azze ve Celle'nin işine de karışırlar.
And they go in further to interfere with Allah Almighty's affairs.
Bazıları tarikattan almayanlar nasıl Allah Azze ve Celle bu kadar zulme karşı gelmiyor.
Those who do not follow the tariqah go in further and interfere with Allah Almighty's affairs and object Allah Almighty and criticize Allah Almighty, saying, in the face of all this oppression going on in this world, why does Allah Almighty not stop it, they say.
Bir şey, bazı şey, Allah Azze ve Celle'nin dünya cennet değil.
But we must know that this world is not paradise.
Dünyada imtihan yeridir.
This world is a place for being tested.
O olacak. Her türlü şey olacak Allah.
And therefore, being tested means that everything can happen and everything will happen.
Muhafaza etsin.
And we must seek, therefore, Allah Almighty's protection.
Mümin olan insan Allah'a yalvaracak ki
those who believe in Allah Almighty pray to Allah Almighty and ask from Allah Almighty.
Allah muhafaza etsin kendisini.
And those who believe in Allah Almighty request from Allah Almighty protection.
O başka türlü olmaz. Sen istediğin kadar itiraz et.
There's no other way. There's no way to change. You may object, interfere, criticize as much as you want.
O şey, sana gelecek şey ancak Allah'ın merhametiyle dua yapıp onu muhafaza etsin diye şey yaparsın.
What you are destined to go through will happen to you, and there is no escape, except asking Allah Almighty for protection and asking Allah Almighty to protect you from what is destined for you.
Allah'a karşı gelmekle bir şey olmaz.
You will not obtain anything by opposing Allah Almighty.
Şu daha iyi yapar, bu daha kötü yapar diye.
People may say, if that one came, he would do a better job. If this one comes, he will do a bad job, they say.
Kimseye güvenme.
Don't trust anyone.
Allah Azze ve Celle'ye yalnız güven. Allah Azze ve Celle'nin
trust in Allah Almighty only.
Kudreti, takdiri, Allah Azze ve Celle her şeyi yapar.
Trust in Allah Almighty and His power and His divine will, and He Almighty Allah is the one who can do anything.
Her şeye kadir olan Allah Azze ve Celle.
He has the power over everything and He is capable of everything.
Zoru kolaylaştırır.
He is the one who can make the difficult become easy.
Allah her türlü beladan muhafaza eder.
It is Him, Allah Almighty, who can protect you from all kinds of affliction.
Her şeyi yapan Allah Azze ve Celle'dir. Odur.
It is Him, Almighty Allah, who can do anything.
İşte tarikatın esası, tarikatta olmayanlar,
and this is the essence of what Tariqah teaches us.
Müslüman bile olsa gene itiraz eder.
However, those who do not follow the Tariqah, they don't have these manners. And even Muslims who do not follow the Tariqah, they still continue to criticize and oppose and object.
Şu yapar, bu yapar. Hiçbir fayda da etmez.
And they say this one will do that, that one will do this, but all they do does nothing of benefit.
Onun için Allah Azze ve Celle'nin takdir ettiğini kabul edeceksin.
One must submit and accept what Allah Almighty has decreed to happen.
Dediğimiz gibi adab üzerine yalvaracaksın. Biz aciz kullarız.
That is good manners, good proper behavior towards one's Lord, to submit and surrender oneself to what happens.
Bize imtihan etme.
And then to say, "O our Lord, we are weak servants. We accept your will, but do not test us."
O imtihan dünyasıdır.
We accept that this world is a place of being tested.
Yine bize ihsanınla muamele et.
Nevertheless, O our Lord, treat us with our generosity and your mercy.
İmtihanı zorları kolaylaştır.
O our Lord, make the difficult to become easy for us.
İmtihanımız olmasın inşallah.
May we not have to undergo these tests.
Budur dua edeceğimiz inşallah.
This is what we need to ask and what we need to supplicate and ask for from Allah Almighty.
Allah yardım etsin hepimize. Ve minallah tevfik. El-Fatih.
May Allah Almighty support us all, help us all.